So today I'm going to read the 2025 first quarter crypto industry report to the hearing of everyone here. If you do not understand what this means the total performance of the crypto industry for the first quarter of 2025. What do I mean by first quarter? First quarter refers to January, February, and March. As you all know, we are in April. So let's dive into it straight away. So that is it. So the first start, he said the cryptocurrency market stumbled in early 2025, marking a sharp contrast to the euphoric heights of late 2024. Total crypto market capitalization fell by minus 18.6% in the first quarter of 2025 to close at $2.8 trillion after briefly touching $3.8 trillion on January 18, just ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration. The decline was accompanied by a drop in investor activity, with average daily trading volumes plunging minus 27.3% quarter on quarter to $146 billion. As you all know, towards the end of every year, that is the fourth quarter of every year, crypto will always make a positive push. Then that positive push of fourth quarter will continue for the first quarter of the next year. So that is why you always see a bullish fourth quarter and also a bullish first quarter before whatever thing that happens. So during 2024, November, December, there was bullish sentiment in the crypto space, but no, and it continued in January, it continued in February due to Donald Trump's inauguration, right? And without even Donald Trump's inauguration, market will also continue its bullish sentiment during the first quarter of every new year. Okay, so let's dive back into this. He said our comprehensive 2025 first quarter crypto industry report covers everything from the crypto market landscape to analyzing Bitcoin and Ethereum, deep diving into the decentralized finance DeFi and non-fungible token NFT ecosystems, and reviewing how centralized exchange, SEX, and decentralized exchange DEX have performed. We have summarized the key highlights, but be sure to dig into the full 50 slides below. So let's get into it. He said top 8 highlights of the CoinGecko's 2025 first quarter crypto industry report. Number 1, the total crypto market cap fell by minus 18.6% in 2025 first quarter after reaching a year-to-date high of $3.8 trillion. Number 2, Bitcoin increased its dominance, now accounting for 59.1% of the total crypto market cap. 3, Bitcoin fell to minus 11.8% in 2025 first quarter, outperformed by gold and US treasuries. Wow. Fourth, the price of Ethereum plummeted from $3,336 to $1,805 in 2025 first quarter, erasing all of its gains from 2024. Number 5, meme coins, tank, and daily tokens deployed on Pom.fun plummets minus 56.3% after Libra incident. 6, spot trading volume on centralized exchanges hit $5.4 trillion in 2025 first quarter, down to minus 16.3% quarter on quarter. 7, Solana continued its dominance of on-chain spot decentralized exchange trades from end 2024, accounting for 39.6% of all trades in first quarter of 2025. 8, 48.9 billion was erased from total multi-chain DeFi total value locked in 2025 first quarter, a minus 27.5% decrease. Okay, let's go to number 1. Total crypto market cap fell to minus 18.6% in 2025 first quarter after reaching a year-to-date high of $3.8 trillion. So now, total crypto market cap fell to minus 18.6% in bracket $633.5 billion to end 2025 first quarter at 2.8 trillion. The market found a local top of $3.8 trillion on January 18, 2 days before Donald Trump's inauguration. However, it trended downwards soon after for the rest of the quarter. Meanwhile, average daily trade volumes in first quarter also plummeted, falling to minus 27.3% quarter on quarter to $146.0 billion. 2024 fourth quarter trading volume stood at $200.7 billion. And two, Bitcoin increased its dominance, now accounting for 59.1% of the total crypto market. Wow. Bitcoin continued to climb in dominance, increasing by 4.6% points in 2025 first quarter. It ended the quarter with a 59.1% dominance amidst the downturn, which hit altcoins harder. These are levels not seen in 2021 first quarter, that is the last bull run. Stablecoins also benefited from the market downturn as investors flocked to stability. Tether USDT climbed slightly to a 5.2% market share, while USDC regained its number 7 spot, replacing Dogecoin. Ethereum fell by a whopping minus 3.9% point on point in first quarter, with its dominance at 7.9%, the lowest it has been since late 2019. Others fell by smaller magnitude, dropping to minus 3.5 points on points to encompass 15.7% of the market amongst the majors. Only XRP and BNB managed to retain their market share. And number 3, Bitcoin fell to minus 11.8% in 2025 first quarter, outperformed by gold and US treasuries. Bitcoin rallied at the part of the year, reaching a marginally new all-time high on January 22, 2025 at $106,182. This was 2 days after Trump's inauguration, which marked a year-to-date top of BTC, as it trended down to end first quarter with a minus 11.8% decline at $82,514. Amidst this quarter of turmoil and uncertainty, gold, which did plus 18.0%, emerged as the strongest asset class in 2025 first quarter. Alongside Bitcoin, risk assets such as the Nasdaq and S&P 500 also declined, falling minus 10% and minus 4.4% respectively. The DSY, usually inversely correlated to risk assets, fell to minus 4.6%, potentially due to uncertainty over US tariffs. The Japanese yen plus 5.2% and euro plus 4.5% strengthened against the USD, the former at least partially due to the further unwinding of the yen carry trade as the BOJ Bank of raised interest rates in January. 4. The price of Ethereum plummeted from $3,336 to $1,805 in first quarter of 2025, erasing all of the gains from 2024. Ethereum closed 2025 first quarter at $1,805, representing a minus 45% decrease within the quarter. Having fallen from $3,336, it has erased its gains from 2024, returning to levels last seen in 2023. It has severely underperformed majors such as Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, and BNB, all of which declined to a much lesser degree. Trading volume dropped in first quarter as well from a daily average of $30.0 billion in 2024 fourth quarter to $24.4 billion in the last quarter. Days in which volume spiked saw the price of Ethereum plummet. 5. Meme coins stank and daily tokens deployed on Pom.com plummets to minus 56.3% after Libra incident. Prior to Trump's inauguration, the sudden launch of his official Trump meme coin and Melania shortly after drove a wave of meme coin frenzy and propelled the number of tokens deployed on Pom.com to a daily all-time high of 72,000. This led to the birth of the political meme coin trend, with dozens of tokens affiliated with politicians and countries being launched. However, this trend came to a grinding halt with the launch of Libra, which was promoted by Argentinian President Javier Milei. The price of the token collapsed soon after he tweeted about it, as the developers rug pulled, causing the market cap to fall from a peak of $4.6 billion to $202 $221.0 million in a matter of hours. Since then, activity on Pom.fund has significantly dropped, with daily tokens deployed falling by over minus 56.3% from its peak in January to 31K at the end of 2025 first quarter. Graduated tokens also fell from a rate of 1.4% in January to 0.7% at the end of the quarter. Number 6, spot trading volume on centralized exchanges hit $5.4 trillion in 2025 first quarter, down to minus 16.3% quarter on quarter. In 2025 first quarter, the top 10 centralized exchanges recorded $5.4 trillion in spot trading volume, a decrease of minus 16.3% quarter on quarter. Binance remained the dominant spot CEX ending March with a 40.7% share. It saw its market share climb throughout the quarter. However, its trading volume plummeted to $588.7 billion in March after climbing above the $1 trillion mark in December. Huobi was the only exchange in the top 10 to grow in first quarter, with its volume increasing by plus 11.4%. Other top 10 CEX saw volumes drop down between 1.8% and 34.0%. Orbit suffered the largest drop, with its volumes plunging minus 34.0% from $561.9 billion in 2024 fourth quarter to $371 billion in 2025 first quarter. After suffering a major hack in February, Bybit had the largest month-on-month drop. It fell by minus 52.4% month-on-month from $178.2 billion to $84.7 billion. 7. Solana continued its dominance of on-chain spot decentralized exchange trades from end 2024, accounting for 39.6% of all trades in first quarter of 2021. See, let me tell you guys, Solana is the biggest ecosystem right now, and so says if success meets them, the Success Exchange, which is the first centralized exchange on Solana blockchain, if they succeed, guy, is going to be a killing for every investor. Anyway, nobody's lucky in this side of the world. Everybody is a risk taker. So do whatever you wish with this information. Continuing the trend from end 2024, Solana continued to dominate desk threats, hitting 52% dominance in January 2025. Newcomers like Sonic and Bera make their mark. Solana was the dominant chain for DEX trading in 2025 first quarter, with its market share hitting 39.6% for the quarter. It grew to plus 35.3% from $217.0 billion in fourth quarter to $293.7 billion in first quarter. In January, Solana accounted for 52% of the on-chain trades amongst the top 12 blockchains, driven by the political meme-coin frenzy led by Trump. It recorded over $184.8 billion in trade volume listing. This is trade volume we are talking about, not even market cap. An all-time high for the chain. This caused Ethereum's market share to drop below 20% for the first time. This is crazy, guys. However, as the meme coin trend receded, Ethereum managed to reclaim the top spot in March with a 30% market share compared to Solana's 23.4%. Optimism and Polygon were edged out of the top 10 in March by newcomers Sonic and Bera chain. However, over the entire quarter, both chains stayed ahead. Listen carefully. Attention is tweeting towards the Sonic chain. So Sonic chain, I think, is trading between the price of 0.3 something to $0.6. Make sure you grab some Sonic chain tokens now before it is too late. Back to business. $48.9 billion was erased from the total multi-chain DeFi total value locked in 2025 first quarter, a minus 27.5% decrease. Multi-chain DeFi total value locked trended downwards by minus 27.5% in 2025 first quarter from $177.4 billion at end of 2024 to $128.6 billion at the end of March 2025. This was largely due to the significant depreciation in value of altcoins. Ethereum in particular lost a significant portion of its total value log, falling from a dominance of 63.5% at the start of 2025 to 56.6% at the end of first quarter. It lost 35.4% of its total value log, dropping from $112.6 billion to $72.7 billion. Solana and Base also saw a large decrease in total value log, falling by minus 23.5% and minus 15.3% respectively, but mostly due to the large price drop in Solana and Ethereum. Despite that, both networks have significantly increased their total value log dominance. Chain, launched on February 6, quickly grew to $5.2 billion in DeFi TVL by the end of 2025 first quarter, and now has the sixth largest total value log share. Its Boyco pre-deposit vault alone attracted $22.3 billion in funds, boosting its day one liquidity. Now, if you want more, please kindly read the report from CoinGecko's 2025 first quarter crypto industry report. Reporting live here is Uzonyekure, your best crypto coach, fundamental analyst, and author. See you in another one, guys. Continue to remain steadfast in crypto until your life-changing gain comes to your hand. See you same time next week. Bye.